Hello everyone. Have you ever stopped to wonder how you see a rainbow's dazzling colors or the images on your TV screen? It's fascinating to think that all this happens because of a beautifully coordinated process inside your body, your eyes capturing light and your brain interpreting those signals to create the world you see. Today, we are diving into the marvel that is the human eye. The human eye is not just a simple organ, it's a complex sensory structure designed to detect light and send detailed signals to the brain. This process allows us to perceive images, recognize colors in their vividness, and even detect motion. Imagine your eye as a roughly spherical camera, perfectly tuned by nature. Anatomically, the eye is made up of several key parts: the cornea, which is the clear front layer, the lens that helps us focus, the iris controlling the size of the pupil, the opening that allows light in, at the retina where images form, and the optic nerve that carries signals to the brain. Each part has an important job in the grand scheme of vision. Take a look at this horizontal cross-section of the eye. It beautifully shows how light first enters through the transparent cornea, passes through the lens, and finally focuses on the retina at the back. The eyeball itself is protected by a tough white outer covering called the sclera. Inside that coat lies the choroid, a layer rich in blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients to the eye's delicate tissues. So, every glance you take, from a book, a sunset, to a friend's smiling face, is made possible by this incredible orchestration of biological parts working seamlessly. Isn't the human eye just amazing? Let's follow the journey of light as it enters your eye. What happens when light from an object reaches you? First, light rays travel through the clear, curved surface called the cornea. Then they glide through the aqueous humor, a watery fluid that nourishes the eye, before passing through the pupil, the round opening whose size is controlled by the iris. Next, light moves through the crystalline lens, which fine-tunes its path by changing shape to focus images clearly. Beyond the lens lies the vitreous humor, a gel-like substance filling the eyeball and guiding the light finally onto the retina. Now, the retina is like the eye's own photographic film, a light-sensitive tissue packed with special cells called rods and cones. Rods help us see in dim light, while cones let us enjoy the rich colors of our world by converting light into electrical signals. Much like a camera lens adjusts its focus to capture a sharp photo, our eye lens performs a similar feat called accommodation. It changes its curve to bring images into focus on the retina whether they're near or far. Isn't it cool how our eye lens automatically shifts its focus without us even thinking about it? And here's another fascinating fact. The iris regulates the amount of light entering the eye by adjusting the pupil size. In bright light, the pupil constricts, protecting the retina from too much light. In darkness, it dilates to let in as much light as possible. This automatic reflex keeps our vision sharp and safe at all times. Isn't it wonderful how your eye constantly adapts to the changing world of light around you? Let's zoom in on the crystalline lens, a transparent, flexible, biconvex structure sitting right behind the pupil. Its main job? To focus light perfectly onto the retina, making sure the images we see are sharp and clear. But how does the lens change focus for near or distant objects? This happens through the ciliary muscles attached to it. When these muscles contract, they make the lens thicker and more curved so you can focus on close things, like reading your smartphone screen. When the muscles relax, the lens flattens, helping your eye focus on faraway objects like a tree or a hill. Think about when you shift your gaze quickly from a book to something across the room. Your eye lens instantly changes shape through accommodation, adapting to the new distance without you even noticing. However, sometimes this focusing mechanism loses flexibility, especially as we age, leading to a condition called presbyopia, where focusing on near objects becomes difficult. This is why many adults need reading glasses. The crystalline lens and ciliary muscles together are like a dynamic duo, always adjusting to bring the world into perfect focus. Let's explore what happens after light is focused onto the retina. This remarkable tissue contains two types of photoreceptor cells, rods and cones. Rods are incredibly sensitive to low light and help us see in the dark or at twilight, though only in shades of gray. Cones, on the other hand, detect colors, allowing us to enjoy the vivid hues of a flower or a painting. Together, they transform light energy into electrical signals. These signals travel through the optic nerve to the visual cortex in the brain, the part that acts like a master artist, reconstructing images based on size, shape, color, and motion. So what you see is not just an image, it's your brain interpreting electrical messages into the rich, dynamic world around you. Have you ever recognized a friend's face in dim light or peripheral vision? That's your rods working quietly but efficiently behind the scenes, giving you night vision and awareness without you realizing it. Here's a fascinating phenomenon: persistence of vision. When you look at an object and then close your eyes or look away, the image stays on your retina for about 1/16th of a second. This tiny flicker of lingering image is what makes movies and animations possible. Your brain blends many rapidly flashing still images into smooth, moving pictures like magic. Color perception occurs because of cones in the retina, which respond specifically to red, green, or blue light. This is called trichromatic vision. When these cones are stimulated in different combinations, our brain perceives a full range of colors. White light itself is a mixture of 7 colors in the visible spectrum, from violet at the shortest wavelength to red at the longest. Your retina reads these wavelengths and sends the corresponding signals to your brain. Ever noticed an afterimage? When you stare at a bright colored object and then look at a white surface, you might see a ghost image in complementary colors. This happens because the cones that were working hard to see that color momentarily tire out. Isn't it incredible how your eye and brain work together to not just see, but to give life to colors and movement in your daily experience? Not all eyes focus light perfectly, and that's why some people need glasses. Let's understand two common vision defects. Myopia, or short-sightedness, is when distant objects look blurry. This happens because the eye focuses light in front of the retina, often due to an elongated eyeball. So, far away seems like a blackboard or road signs are not sharp. On the flip side, hypermetropia, or long-sightedness, is when nearby objects appear blurry because light is focused behind the retina, usually when the eyeball is too short. How do we fix these? For myopia, concave lenses are used. These lenses diverge incoming light rays so the focal point shifts back onto the retina. For hypermetropia, convex lenses converge light rays to bring them forward onto the retina. You can think of it like adjusting a camera lens to get the clearest picture. Spectacles or contact lenses help your eyes focus just right again. The shapes of the eyeball and flexibility of the lens play crucial roles here, and glasses or lenses are our biological helpers in overcoming these focusing problems. Another important condition affecting vision is cataract, where the crystalline lens becomes cloudy or opaque. This usually happens with age and can lead to gradual vision loss. Why does this happen? Proteins in the lens can denature, meaning they lose their natural structure due to aging, exposure to ultraviolet light, or metabolic disorders. As a result, the lens blocks and scatters light, making vision blurry and dim. Patients with cataracts often describe difficulty seeing in low light and faded colors. Imagine trying to look through a fogged-up window. Thankfully, modern medicine offers a solution: cataract surgery. This involves removing the cloudy lens and replacing it with a clear, artificial intraocular lens. Millions of people worldwide regain clear vision through this relatively simple yet life-changing procedure every year. This is a wonderful example of how biology and technology work hand in hand to restore one of our most precious senses, sight. So, let's connect all we've learned. From the moment light enters your eye through the cornea, to its focus on the retina, and the journey of electrical signals through the optic nerve to the brain, the human eye performs a tightly choreographed sequence of steps enabling us to see. We studied how parts like the lens and retina, along with specialized photoreceptors, collaborate with physiological processes such as accommodation and pupil adjustment to give us clear, colorful vision. We even explored exciting phenomena like persistence of vision that allow us to enjoy movies and learned about how color perception works deep inside our eyes. We also looked at common vision defects like myopia, hypermetropia, and cataracts, and how biology teamed with technology repairs or compensates for these challenges through glasses and surgeries. Remember, every blink you take, every focus shift your eye makes, and every image you see is a tribute to the extraordinary sophistication of the human eye. It's biology in action, alive with wonder every single moment. I hope this session has opened your eyes, quite literally, to the amazing biological processes happening inside you and around you all the time. Biology truly is the science of life in all its incredible complexity and breathtaking beauty. Until next time, keep marveling at the living world around you.